Trouble. We are now, the lights have gone out. That's what I get for saying such.
There you go.
There you go. We've got Stuart Wilde with me. Stuart was with us the other night when we had a bit of a disaster. So I'm not going to play the theme music, Stuart.
Fair
I'm
enough.
just going to say hello and tell us where we are. We're in Cork.
We're in Cork. We're very close to the Shinee.
Shinee, where you're playing this very
I have a
evening.
gig this evening at 9 o'clock.
9 o'clock, so people in Cork have got time to come down.
Yeah.
See what Stuart's all about. Those not in Cork, welcome guys. It's nice to have you along on the Medicine Show. It's nice to have you with us as well, Stuart. So,
Nice to be here.
as is tradition, we always ask the artist to sing us a song by way of introduction.
Okay.
What do you fancy doing? Excuse me, I'm just going to play around in the background to
No
make
worries.
sure this is working.
Down and out on the mizzen head, I'm feeling kind of broken, feeling kind of dead. I'm gonna don my coat and cast my cares away. I miss the gigs and I miss my friends, and I'm wondering when I'm gonna see them again. C'est la vie, what will be, will be. My friends, I always talk to strangers. Tell me truth, tell me lies. Sometimes I could tell the life they've had. I can see it in their eyes. Living in a caravan, sitting in a hole, getting back to nature, and it's good for my soul. In springtime, when the sun is shining bright. But sometimes the nights are cold, but I don't mind. I'm not that old, and anyway, it's all gold to me. I always talk to strangers. They tell me truth, tell me lies. Sometimes I could tell the life they've had. I can read it in their eyes. Well, I've been out here picking stones, but not today, 'cause it hurts my bones, and I've got no food to eat, but I don't mind. And I see all the tadpoles swimming in the pond. Soon they'll be dead, or soon they'll be gone. It doesn't matter all that much to me. I always talk to strangers. Tell me truth, tell me lies. Sometimes I can tell the life they've had. I can read it in their eyes. Sometimes I can tell the life they've lived. I can see it in their eyes. I can see it in their eyes. You go.
Great. Thanks very much, Stuart. That's Stuart. Thanks for joining us, guys. You are in the Medicine Show Radio Moose Mobile with me, Rob Ellen. We are in Cork, Stuart. Wilde is playing this very evening in Chennai.
That's right, yeah.
You've got a band as well, eh?
Yeah, the Birdmen.
The Birdmen.
Yeah, we're playing in the Pavilion on Sunday night.
Sunday night here in Cork.
Yeah.
Full band show.
Yeah. Keys, bass, drums, and myself and guitar.
Fantastic. I've seen stuff on YouTube. Your YouTube page is vibrant, so that's some really cool stuff going on there as well. You're originally County Meath though, so I suppose the question is what brings you to Cork?
I've been in
that song, eh? I mean, just getting back to nature and everything, that's a part of it, isn't it?
Yeah, well, during the pandemic I found myself being on the wrong side of the housing crisis, and I didn't have anywhere permanent to live.
Yeah.
And I was living out in Skull, and
which is a great place to live. I mean, the name of the place.
It's a great spot. It's a vibrant spot.
Why I haven't managed to pull into Skull?
Oh well, if you do, give me a shout, and I'll tell you.
You'll sort me out.
Yeah, I'll send you in the right place.
Yeah.
But
so West Cork, that's down in the toe of Ireland, down there in West Cork, is it? Skull?
Yeah. It's the Mizzen Head is the last peninsula.
Ah, there you are.
Yeah, so I was found
found
myself in a caravan for a summer.
I was down in Baltimore for a day.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Is that on that?
Yeah, it's not actually at the beginning of the Mizzen Head, but it's the right direction. Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
Skibbereen's around there.
Yeah.
Beautiful part of the world. Sorry, I interrupted.
No, you're fine. So that was it. I was living in a caravan and trying to make the best of the pandemic, as most of us had to.
Yeah.
At the end of it all, I moved up to Cork City.
Right. So you had a hat full of songs in the hope of getting some gigs. I suppose that would be the way of it.
Yeah, well, I was gigging up in Cork anyway,
before,
with the bands, mostly with the bands, and before the pandemic, and it just seemed like the right place to move to. I've been in West Cork in the countryside for quite a long time, about 18 years. Yeah. So it's
people
good to
got
get back to the city.
People got to know you as well. So
life up here.
Very cool. So, and before we move on from Skull and talk about your music, we had a mutual friend and somebody else that lived in Skull as well, didn't we? With Colin Vearncolm.
Oh, Colin, yeah, he was there for a long time. Yeah.
I knew he was down in this area because I'd been to Let before, and we'd worked and done a few things. He was a smashing fellow. That's for those that don't know. It's they will know his band Black and Wonderful Life, which was a huge hit.
Huge. Still
is.
Still gets radio play.
Yeah. He ended up in Skull and very sadly passed away. It was killed in a road crash on one of these roads out here, I think.
He's on his way to the airport. Yeah.
Jeez.
I guess it's about 6 years ago now. I'm not.
I had it down as a bit longer.
I think it could be 7 years.
Could be. But it isn't that long. And I remember
this month actually.
Remember being broken by the news as well.
Yeah.
So you were saying the other night when we had an aborted edition of the Medicine Show, and apologies for that, particularly to Hank. Hopefully we'll get Hank back in to do another show for us, but you were saying that you are involved in a tribute album for Colin at the moment.
Well, it's an ongoing project. I just contributed covering one of his songs with his with the band he was in called Dogtail Soup.
So you're playing with Colin's band at Liffey?
Yeah. Like it was just a recording with them.
Yeah.
A lot of other people have been involved in that project. It's called Love Colin, and if you look it up on YouTube, it's all there.
There's some stuff there already.
Yeah, it's like it's all. A lot of people have contributed to it independently, and then Dogtail Soup did a series with guest vocalists.
Yeah, great
song. I was very honoured to be part of.
Great songwriter. It wasn't just that one hit. And it's a shame to put him down as a one-hit wonder, but one hit would do, wouldn't it? One that.
I've heard a lot of people interviewed over the years about things like that, and it facilitates a lifestyle.
Like that, you really want is one song to go all the way around the world, and so you can follow it.
It's the gift that keeps on giving.
It's the gift that keeps on giving. Well, I think about Colin Vearncolm. this evening. I'm thinking about Jeff Beck as well. God, he went today. We lost Jeff Beck today.
Did he really?
Yeah.
I thought somebody said they reckoned that was a publicity stunt.
Oh, you're kidding me.
Yeah.
Are,
I could be
are
wrong.
the reports of his demise exaggerated? I would love that to be the
I
case.
don't know, because
There's always that period, though.
I heard
announcement
something that
like
made it sound dubious.
Oh,
I could be wrong.
I hope so.
Could be
Well, that's
wrong.
social media.
Yeah.
So, playing this evening,
Yeah.
just a little solo gig. Is that kind of?
Yeah, it's just.
Do you get a
it's
chance
really,
to play your own stuff, or is it mostly covers?
I mostly do covers in pubs.
Yeah.
Because it's just.
Because it's
you're
work.
there. It's entertainment. You know, at the end of the day. Like,
Yeah. Yeah.
But this year I'm looking at doing more originals gigs.
Yeah.
That are like.
House concerts. I always
Yeah.
put a shout out for house concerts and all these shows.
I'm always up for doing.
You know,
house
I
concerts,
always
like,
say
yeah.
to any artist, listen, I looked in your page, you've got 4,000 odd people that follow your page, is that right? A bit more than that? It was a lot anyway.
Not sure. Actually.
Every one of those people, every one of the people watching now is a potential house concert.
There you go, yeah.
Apart from me, the whole world lives in the house. So, and if I can do it in here, and all you really need is you just need 20 of your mates to come along and put tenner in a hat.
Yeah.
And bit of dinner, and everybody has a fabulous time.
Oh, it can be a really lovely, intimate space, a house concert. Yeah.
And it gets you into places that you wouldn't normally find a gig in as well.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
We're all for house concerts. Thanks.
Yeah.
Thanks, Stuart. So what else is going to happen with yourself? You've got a single out, haven't you?
I don't. I have a few things in the pipeline.
It was Hank that was saying he's got a single.
Yeah, Hank has. Yeah.
Yeah.
But I'm working on. I've got an album's worth of stuff that I made over the lockdown, but I just.
Are you reticent?
Not having a proper place to live for a while, kind of meant it had to get shelved.
I wonder if folks are going to be reticent about putting out things that were in the lockdown, because time has gone on a little bit now.
Yeah. Well, it's not necessarily all the songs I've written in the lockdown, but or about the lockdown.
Yeah.
That song I just sang was probably
the closest
I have to like something that was very much set in the lockdown.
I love that song.
It doesn't necessarily have to be mentioned that it was the lockdown either.
No, it doesn't. No. Sorry about that. I did mention it.
No, it's fine.
It's good to be back there.
Yeah. And
Cork seems to have come out of the lockdown quite well.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah.
It seems to,
Yeah.
I mean,
right back.
how many? I was at Connolly's in Leip, and I noticed that you played Connolly's just in between Christmas as well.
Played after Christmas. Yeah.
And there was something like 3 sold out gigs that week in between Christmas and New Year.
Yeah, it's a
and
good week.
and every night I've been out in Cork has been a smashing night.
Yeah. Yeah, no, it's even I've been surprised with some of the gigs even this month, like in January you kind of expect it to be a bit on the quiet side, but and it is, I suppose, like compared to the lead up to Christmas and in between. But no, it's definitely still people up for having fun.
Excellent. I'm glad of that too. So we've got folks with us. Hopefully you're enjoying the show. Thanks for leaving any comments. If you do leave comments, Stuart and I will pick them up later. It's difficult with one finger and the other finger doing everything else to do that. So we will go around and pick them up. If you are enjoying the show, please do share to any groups, and I'll put some more information as to how you can contribute to the Medicine Show Radio Moose Mobile. There's a tip jar, but that's difficult to get from here. So thanks for supporting what we're doing. We're moving on. We've just been booked for the Your Roots Are Showing Festival the weekend after next up in County Meath in your homeland. It's a conference. It's Irish Roots Music Conference in 2 weeks' time. So that's our bit of news. Good bit of news today on the Medicine Show. And yourself, where's your next gig? Oh, you were saying that the band are playing.
Yeah, I'm starting to look into. I've booked one show for original music. I've booked one show now in Leaves's in Ballydehob, and I'll advertise that soon.
Okay, great. Well, we'll help with that, of course.
That's kind of the first one in the book anyway, but I'm hoping to have a few more.
Start to look in. Are there many songwriter festivals? They tend to crop up from time to time.
Yeah, I'm not really sure. I haven't really been paying too much attention to the festivals of late.
Yeah. Well, we'll all get back into it.
Yeah, bit by bit.
Summertime's coming, it's always easier.
Yeah.
Thanks for joining us, guys. Thanks for the comments, thanks for the likes, thanks for the shares, as ever. Thanks to the Moose for the lights going out on us. Have you got another song to see us out?
Yeah, actually I had a song in mind, because that first song, it was written when I was still living in the Mizzenhead.
Yeah.
So another song I've written since I've moved up to the city, so I think maybe that just balances out nicely.
Nice.
And the Sinead also gets a mention in it, so since I'm playing there tonight, it's on my mind.
Got to tell the sponsors, yeah.
Across the city rooftops, the bells ring out, sirens wail down the streets. Car wheels screech down Patrick's Hill, and the school kids all shuffle their feet. And the Sinead on Coburg Street, trad music plays to a beat. So I get a drink, and the barman says, I've heard 26 hours of trad since last week, and everyone's looking for something, and nobody sees what they found. Outside, a man asks me for money, so I give him a coin. He says, where are you from? I said, I live on Patrick's Hill, but I grew up by the mouth of the river Boyne, and everyone's looking for something, and nobody sees what they found. All I see is broken windows and broken dreams. Nobody sees what they've seen. And it's raining again on the Curtain Street. Nobody's smiling today, so I take my seat on the 205 bus, 'cause it's the only thing going my way. And everyone's looking for something, nobody sees what they found. All I see is broken windows, broken dreams, and nobody sees what they've seen. Across the city rooftops, the bells ring out.
Fabulous.
Sinead, as they say.
Sinead gets a mention too. And there's a trad session on just now, I'm told.
Yeah,
So
they have tried there twice in an even 6 o'clock and 9 o'clock
they have
usually,
the
on
2 or 3
Thursdays
sessions, and then
they
you're
have,
on after
somebody
it.
like myself.
Okay, well, I'll come along and help you get set up and listen to some trad music. We are in the Moose, the Medicine Show Radio, Moose Mobile, moving on to Kerry next, and then up to your home county, County Meath, for the festival, for the Irish, Your Roots Are Showing Irish Folk Roots Conference. Yeah.
Well, thanks for having me on.
Not at all, man. It was
Appreciate it.
great.
Good to
Yeah,
meet
we've
you.
just been buddies for the last couple of days. Eh?
Yeah.
Now, I'm going to post something from the open mic the other night. It was extraordinary. It was like being
Oh,
cast
Fred
back.
Zeppelin.
Yeah. It was like
it's great.
it was like being cast back into Greenwich Village in the
It's
in the
good-
60s.
Definitely a good vibe going
It
on
was
there.
avant-garde as it gets.
Yeah, and you just don't know what's going to
Never
happen.
know.
Yeah.
And young heads as well. Lots
Yeah,
of them
it's good to see it.
getting into it. Very, very creative place. Good to see Cork in such good form, I have to say. It's reminiscent of the 20 years or so ago that I was here last time. I couldn't get out of this damn city then, so I'm tempted to stay on for your gig on Sunday as well, but I have to
Yeah.
screw the nut.
Yeah.
All right, my friend, thank you so much for doing this. Thanks everybody for being with us. We are in the latter stages of our Stravig in Cork. We have time to do some other stuff as well, though. And if you're in Kerry, please do get in touch, and we'll bring the medicine show to you. If you're got something you want to promote, locally and worldwide, that's what the Moose does. Thanks for all your help with it. We're out here. Trying to get out of here. Come on. Why are you being a fanny? Come on, just do it. End stream. It says end stream, and it isn't.